Yes, of course. So thank you all for being here in house. It is a Friday night. It's a good Friday night. See what I did there? And we're about to enjoy my reply to an empty letter. One Night Only by a true showman. The Cow Blue is in a special presentation, and it is a show about the ups and downs of life to push forward, showing gratitude, but more importantly, requesting recognition in return. It's a comical spin on life as life continues to spin us around in different directions. Let's find a way to appreciate life some more, inspired by true events and various stories among us. The Cow Blue is known for specializing in humor and balancing dramatics with a series of one-man shows with selected themes, bringing forth the goal to challenge self and engage others through dynamic storytelling. You are at All Real Radio, and we are excited to have you here. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. We are a 24/7 soul, hip hop, and R&B radio station with about 10 weekly shows, and we've been doing this for 10 years. And so it is amazing that artists like Kyle bring their shows and their artistry to All Real Radio. That's what we're about, and we appreciate that. So without further ado, we will get started with the incredible Cow Blue. Welcome.
How y'all doing?
All right.
All right.
Can you hear me? Good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, the thing about life is very beautiful. We gotta learn to appreciate life more for what it truly is, and life is really a gift. We gotta learn how to show gratitude to others, and we should do it more often. And in this show, I want to present the idea of giving flowers. So you want to take the time out to give flowers to other people that you feel are really deserving. But I also have went through a lot in my life. Mm-hmm. So I also like to take this time to ask for my flowers in return. So if I say give me my flowers, that's what I kind of mean. Like, yeah, I'll give you your flowers, but what about me? Give me my flowers. How about that? So, I like to just go over a lot of different topics and stories, and just kind of just lay it all out about just life in general. But it's very relatable. And I'm gonna start off with my first story. My first job was at a daycare center. And one thing I learned about working at the daycare center is that the worst behaved children get picked up the latest by their parents. It's like their parents are never in a hurry to come pick up their children. No one would have may await them. But that's what we're there for, to work with them. But it was one little girl that I used to work with, and man, she was a character. We always showed her, the type of attention she needed. We gave her the extra attention that she needed, but she at times did need that attention. But one day, her mother was late picking her up as usual, and she was the last one to being picked up. And her name was Little Betsy. That's what we like to call her, Little Betsy. And Little Betsy was saying all these things, and she was just acting up and just wouldn't sit still and just getting antsy and just needed something to do. And I walk up to Little Betsy and I said, Little Betsy, what's wrong? What's wrong? Would you like a snack or something? Would that make you happy? Would you like a snack? And Little Betsy looked at me and says, I don't want that shit. What? I want some McDonald's. And I was like, Little Betsy, you don't use that language in here. Look, how about this? How about we just give you like a toy to play with? Would you like to play with a Barbie doll? Would you like to, like play with a little dolls, a teddy bear, just something that you want to play with, something that you would like. And little Bessie looked at me and she said, I don't want that shit. I want some McDonald's. Because at least I get a Happy Meal with a surprise toy. And I was like, okay. So then I had to go and I had to call her mother. I called her mother and I said, yes, ma'am, where are you? Are you coming anytime soon? Your daughter is acting and behaving, and she's saying all these things. And she's saying all these inappropriate things. I mean, would you like to talk to her real quick? And she's like, no, I'm getting there. Stop hurrying me. I'm gonna be there shortly. I know how she can get. I'm gonna be there shortly. You just learn how to deal with it, and I'm gonna be there shortly. And I said, okay, we're talk to your daughter. I give little Bessie the phone. I said, little Bessie, your mother like to speak to you. Little Bessie looked at the phone and said, I don't want that shit. I want some McDonald's. Because she ain't going to do nothing to me no way, and hung up the phone. I was like, oh my goodness. Finally, her mother arrives, and I explained to her the day that her daughter is having. And I said, you know, we got to work on these things together. Her mom says, look, I'm a single parent, you know, I work very hard, and I'm doing all I can, and you don't need to be telling me how to raise my daughter. You don't need to tell me how to raise my daughter, okay? Now, you just be here early, extra early tomorrow morning when I drop her off and go on my usual day at work, and I'm doing all I can. You got that? You just work with my daughter. You got that? You got that? And I looked at her mother, and I says, I don't want to do that shit. For some reason now, I want some McDonald's. And I told her I quit. And I've been in so much peace with my life ever since then. With my life. So for anybody out there that's like working in daycare, I want y'all to take the time to give them their flowers. All right? Yeah. And for me dealing with what I had to deal with, I want y'all to give me my flowers. Yeah. Everybody. Give me my flowers. Now, once upon a time, I was a young boy seeking adventure. Every day I just wanted to just explore the wonders of the world, and I was always seeking my next adventure. And I had a younger sister and an older brother, and we were all just a happy family living at home. And one day I'm going to go take out the trash, and I heard a noise by the trash can. I'm like, what is going on? And I go to the trash can, and I discovered that someone was there. And I looked at him, and I took one look at him, and I noticed that from the way he looks different. You know, he doesn't look like me or anybody I would recognize, and he seemed lost and afraid, and he appeared friendly, and I felt like I could help him. Maybe I could help him. So I decided to invite him inside, but I needed time before I could introduce him to my mother, because he just seemed so different. So when I welcomed him inside, I hid him from my mother. I snuck him inside, and I hid him in my closet. And when I hid him in my closet, I knew that I couldn't tell my mother yet, because we need some time to figure this out and see, well, what's going on? How could I help him? But we decided to have this secret. It was my secret. It was our secret. It was a secret we shared together, and I just kept them hidden in my closet. I just couldn't reveal to anyone yet until later, until I had to get to know him, and we developed a special relationship. We started beginning to bond, and I started to feel more comfortable, and I feel like he could trust me, and I made him feel safe in my closet, but I couldn't tell my mother yet. So I told my younger sister, and she didn't care. She thought it was cool. She was like, hey, who's your friend? Oh, okay, yeah. And then eventually I told my older brother, and he was like, it's a little strange to him at first, but then he was like, well, okay, yeah, okay. And we learned to all accept him and live with him. But we still couldn't tell Mom because it was our secret. And then I just had to keep working with him. But then we played these games, and my younger sister, she thought it was so funny to just put him in a dress and put a wig on with a cute girly hat and makeup and lipstick and all. We thought it was so funny. Oh, we thought it was so funny. And we laughed about it and everything, but we still couldn't tell my mother because it was our secret. Our secret. And then we got closer and closer, and then it got to the point to where I just wanted to spend more time with him. I just wanted to spend more time with him. I would begin to skip school with him and be out in the middle of the woods. And I didn't care who would see us, and we would share Reese's Pieces candy together, and we didn't care. We didn't have no care in the world. And we got to the point to where he became sick. He became sick, and I began to feel this pain. And when he felt sick, I felt sick. And we were trying to figure things out together. And I got to the point to where I said, okay, we have to tell my mother. I think we are ready to tell my mother, because I had her in my closet all this time. I think we could tell our mother, my mother, about him. And I had such a close relationship with him, and I tried to explain to him that I want to tell my mother, and I said, I want you to stay here and be with us, and we can be together, just be here with us. But he told me no. He hurt me. He hurt me. It wasn't because he said no, it was the way he said no. He hurt me. I said, will you live here with us and be with us and be a family with us? And he says, E.T. phone home. I said, no, this is your home. This is your home. He says, E.T. phone home. And he becomes more and more excited and more excited. And the more he said it, the more excited he becomes. He said, E.T. phone home, E.T. phone home, E.T. phone home. I'm like, no, this can be your home. I will risk my freedom for him. I will fly over mountains for him. I will run away from the police and be a fugitive for him. But no, he wanted something else. He wanted to go back and be with his kind. And that's when I realized that that's probably the best thing for him. Because of him, I learned that not only is my name Elliot, but that there's no place like home. Thank you.
Wow.
So I just want to say that for anybody listening to that story, that wonderful film that was made, that classic film, I just want y'all to go, just give them the flowers for how they did that movie. But for me, to make it more relatable, I want y'all to give me my flowers, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so
Wow.
I want y'all to pretend, y'all my class, and I'm the teacher, okay? So that's how we go, all right? All right, class. So we're about to work on a lesson today. Okay, class. It's time for a test. Okay, class. Everybody listen. Okay, we're about to start on lesson. Okay, class. Wait, silence. Okay, class. We're working on this lesson right now. Okay, class. We're working on this lesson right now. Wait, silence. Okay, class. Wait, we're working on this lesson right now. Wait, silence. Silence. Y'all are my worst class. Silence. Okay, class. We're about to work on this lesson right now. We're about to work on this lesson. Wait, silence. Silence. I write you up, it doesn't work. In school suspension, detention, it doesn't work. Suspended, go home, it doesn't work. I call your parents, it doesn't work. Silence. Silence. Silence, or I'll fart. Silence. You do not want to mess with me today. I had Taco Bell for lunch. Silence. I will lock the doors. I will close the windows. I will turn off the air conditioning. Silence! Silence! You will inhale You will suffer by inhaling all the toxic fumes that exit out of my body. Silence. Silence. You are the reason they took corporal punishment out of schools because it... Silence. Silence. I see you take my threats very serious. Because now, you are silent. Thank you, class. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now we're going to go over our lesson today, okay? So our lesson today is going to be called the equation of life. We're going to go over some math problems together, okay? All right, so let's go over the first one, okay? Compassion plus mistake equals forgiveness, okay? Good. Number 2, grudges plus mistake equals damnation, all right? Number 3, infidelity plus marriage equals divorce. Okay, number 4, divorce plus regret times revitalization equals second marriage. Number 5, lust plus impatience minus time equals accidental pregnancy. Number 6, accidental pregnancy plus resentment times vindictive times the square root of vindication equals child support.
Damn.
Number 7, marriage divided by children times responsibility equals parenthood. Number 8, parenthood divided by neglect times love equals an unbreakable bond. Number 9, money divided by family times selfishness plus external influence equals internal corruption. Number 10, internal corruption divided by unity plus humility minus selfishness times forgiveness equals self-actualization.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we are the sum of our mistakes. Life is a test. Thank you, class. Thank you.
Woo!
Amen. Wow.
Okay. So class, all right, so before we go on, okay, wait, little Johnny, what I tell you about having that phone out? Okay, put the phone up, okay? Why you disrespecting the female student? Why you being mean to the girl? You don't disrespect females like that. You're a guy, you don't disrespect her. She called you ugly, so what? No big deal. All right, just get over it. All right, what? You don't like girls? Okay. We're not gonna talk about that right now. Talk about it with your counselor. All right, this ain't the place for that. But look, just you're still a boy. You be respectful to females. Put your phone up before we confiscate it, okay? All right, so all right, class. So we're gonna have a normal day of school and everything. Pow, pow. Okay, wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, all right, everybody, okay, wait. This is not a drill. I think, okay, listen to intercom. They say intruder alert. All right, so we got to go on lockdown. It's a lockdown, so this is not a drill. This is serious. This is lockdown. So look, this is what we got to do, class. All right, I don't want you to go. All right, look, for real this time. Look, you go lock the door. I want y'all to turn off the lights. Make sure the windows are closed. And everybody, just get under your desk. And everybody, no, this is not a drill, everybody. This is not a drill. I want everybody to get quiet, okay? Everybody just follow the instructions. Get under the desk. We know what to do. We've been trained on this. This is what we're supposed to do. This is real. And we don't know what's going on. Just silence everybody. Everybody silence. Okay, wait. Silence. Everybody silence. Everybody silence. Everybody silence. Okay, I hear somebody down the hall. We hear somebody walk. Silence. Silence. Silence here. This is real. Silence. Okay. What? Somebody's messing. Okay, somebody's messing with the door. Just don't open it. Don't silence. Everybody, just pretend we're not here. Just silence. This is for silence. Just silence. Be quiet. Okay. I think he's moving around. Okay. So look, all right, so I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna have to wait until they say clear. Okay, I think the police are out there, they say clear. Like, pop out! Okay, wait, quiet. Okay, look, Johnny, look, now pull your phone out, Johnny. Pull your phone out, call them, let them know where we at. Let them tell them the room number, let them know where we at. Okay, wait, listen. Okay, I think, they said, the officer's at the door. Okay, open the door. Everybody, okay, single file line, listen to the officer, let's go. I think it's gonna be clear. Just follow the officer, everybody just listen, okay? This is good. Thank y'all for being silent. Thank y'all. Thank you all for being silent. Thank you. We thank you, officer. Thank you, officer. Thank you, and thank y'all. Thank you. Because that is a situation that when you are working, teachers that are working in the schools, all right, they have to understand that sometimes the students are targeted. Sometimes the students target the teachers. But at the end of the day, hey, we gotta, protect ourselves. We gotta follow direction. And we gotta keep, remain safe as best we can. So for anybody for all the teachers out there, y'all just give them their flowers. Give them their flowers. And for me to, work with like disruptive students when I was working in the school district, I want y'all to give me my flowers, everybody. Thank you. Give me my flowers. Okay, hold on. I want y'all to pretend I'm laying in the bed. So this is cool. All right. Oh yeah. It's comfortable. Yeah, I'm in bed right now. Yeah. Late at night, I'm lying in my bed. Knocked out, snoring, dreams in my head, all stretched out, sleeping. Like a baby, seemed impossible to damn near waking. All of a sudden, my telephone ring. Maybe another one of these girls that want nothing. Reaching for my phone, my eyes still closed. Finally grabbed it. Then I arose. I said hello and accidentally made a yawn. Wonder who's this 3 hours till dawn. This time of night, I hope it's important. But the person was silent as a plant. Damn, not another prank. A late night stunt. I was straight to the point and I was real blunt. Well, what do you know? My little cousin calling me 3 o'clock in the morning. Wait, something's wrong. It sounds like crying. I'm demanding and I'm steady trying. She's contemplating that she needs my help because she's contemplating on killing herself. Now I'm sitting on the edge of my bed feeling funny, feeling nausea, twisted, turning in my tongue. Her boyfriend dumped her. She can't stand how it feels. She swallowed half a bottle of pills. Wait a minute. Doing this is real stupid. She lost her first love. Now she's mad at Cupid. Young teenager take a turn for the worse. I put my jeans on, but I can't find my shirt. Oh, give me time. Give me that, please. About to get in my car. Can't find my keys. Okay, my keys now. I have found them. She ain't responding. Chances looking dim. I hope she's gonna make it. I hope she's gonna make it. Oh, God, please. I just can't take it. I hope she's gonna make it. I hope she's gonna make it. Oh, God, please. I just can't take it. I'm sitting in my car. I start the engine. Driving out the driveway. Now I'm leaving. I think about my relative one out door, so I mash the gas. I push the pedal to the floor. I gotta get there, otherwise she's doomed. I'm sitting on the hit gas, my engine said vroom. Then I see the cops, they might pull me over. I stick to the law, I drive a little slower. I'm creeping while my heart is beating and beating. And I don't want anything bad happen to her down the street from my house. I turn the corner, I see her house from over here, getting closer and closer. I'm almost there. Care for her just like I would my own spouse. So nervous I pulled up at the wrong house. Finally, I wound up at the right place, at the front door, insecurity on my face. Knocked on the door, nobody answered. Now I'm beginning to get scared, so I kicked down the door. Place real quiet, body passed out on the floor. I picked her up, I carried her to my car. I rushed to the hospital, wasn't that far. In the emergency room, I'm doing what I can, no longer up to me. Now it's in God's hands. I'm in the waiting room, I'm waiting, walking back and forth, pacing. I can't sit down, I can't unwind. I was just hoping that I was there to save it in time. My nightmare, I can't escape it. The doctor came back and said, she's gonna make it. Thank you. So all the teenagers out there, you know, even if they're younger than teenagers, they're having issues with anxiety, depression, heartbreak, you know, just give them their flowers that, you know, they find a way to deal with it. And for me trying to be all heroic in that situation, I want y'all to give me my flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give that man a cake.
Yeah, okay, right. I wish. All right, so my father used to drive trucks overseas in Iraq, you know, and I would hear all these kind of stories and stuff. So just picture me as a soldier, 'cause, yeah. Another day in the desert. It's so hot. Another day of tour duty. It's so hot. I mean, I take a break from my squad. And it's like, you know, I try to take a pee, and in my urine, it evaporates before it hit the sand. Oh man, it's so hot. And they point a gun towards the back of my head. I just listen to what was said. They take my gun. They take my water. They take my belt. They tie my hands behind my back. They cover my eyes, now I can't see. I hear a vehicle roll up, and I hear the door open. They put me in the back of the vehicle, and I'm sitting down in the back of the vehicle, and then I hear the door close, and I hear the vehicle like drive off, and I'm in the back, and I'm hearing it driving, and we're moving, and I plead with them, please let me go, but they're laughing at me, and I plead with them, please let me go, but they're laughing at me, and I'm like, I plead God, oh God, please God, let me out of this, God. I promise if I get out of this, God, I'll be a better person, God. God, I promise I go to church more, God. God, I promise I do more positive things in my life, God. God, if you let me out of this, God, I just want to see my family again, God. God, please let me out of this. And I plead with them again. I said, please let me go. But they're laughing at me. And then a vehicle stops, and I hear the door open. They grab me by my feet. They're dragging me through the sand. It's so hot. The surface of the floor changes. It's cold and flat, and they prop me up in the chair, and I'm sitting in the chair, and they tie me down to the chair, and I still can't see anything, and it's quiet. And there's somebody walking up on me, and they hit me with something. They hit me with something. They threw the object on the floor, and it sounded like a pipe, and oh, it hurt so bad, and they're laughing at me. And it's quiet. And they're throwing water on me. It's cold. Oh, they electrocute me. And it hurts so bad. Oh my God. And they're laughing at me. And it's quiet. And they pull some over my head, and now I can see, you know, and I'm looking, and I look outside, and I see all this sand on top of this empty land, and it looks so hot, but who's gonna come looking for me? What do they want with me? Are they gonna make me an example? And I look over at the camera, and they're speaking a language I don't understand. They're reading, they're saying something, and I look and I see they have a gun pointed at my head, and I look at the camera, and I look at the gun, and I look at the camera, and they're not laughing anymore, and I'm looking, and then I pop! POW. Thank you. For all the soldiers that put their lives on the line, give them their flowers. Give them their flowers. Don't worry about me giving flowers, cause yeah, I ain't gonna worry about that on this. Just give the soldiers their flowers, cause they fight, so I don't have to. Yeah. Well, I mean, but the best lap dance I ever received was from a stripper with a drug problem. I mean, she was amazing. And I would sit, and she would just doing all these moves, but I was like, where did she get her strength from? Where did she get all this energy from? And I didn't believe her until she sniffed it right in front of me. And she wouldn't miss a beat, and she just going up and down and round and round, and everybody in the club is watching her dance on top of me. And I at that moment, I felt like the stripper pole. So honored. And she would go up and down, and she go higher and down, and she go as high as she goes. She came down so hard that it made my knees buckle like this. Just think of a wishbone just breaking like that. That's how my knees went. But she came down so hard on me. I'm wearing blue denim jeans. And she made me split and bust a hole in the middle of my jeans. And there was a hole in the middle of my jeans right there where everybody can see it. And it just embarrassed me so much that I had to close my legs. And that's when I learned how to sit like a lady. And she looked at me like, well, what's wrong? I said, nothing, keep going. And I just kept giving her all my money. And I was out of money. I gave her all my money, but I was still so fascinated with her. I waited for her in the parking lot, and I said, what is your name? She says, I'm not telling you my real name, silly. I said, all right, fine. What should I call you? She said, call me Sunshine. I said, why call you Sunshine? She said, because I got round eyes like the sun, and for the right price, I can glow in the dark. I was like, wow. And just to think, I ran out of money. So I said, okay, well, tell me about yourself. How did you get into this lifestyle? She said when she was 17 years old, she met this wonderful guy at a party. And this guy was so wonderful. He was charismatic. I mean, he just spread joy to everyone that he walked to at the party. People, I mean, he just spread these feelings of euphoria, and people were just so happy to be around him and to see him. And he was so resourceful that, you know, and they would eat these brownies and they would just giggle and laugh. And I said, well, what was so special about the brownies? She says, oh, because they're edible, silly. You gotta keep up, right? And I was like, oh, okay. So she said, yeah, I tried one. And then after that, he became successful businessman. I said, what do you mean? She said, everybody loved him in the neighborhood. So we stayed together for years, and each year he got better with his business. He became so resourceful. Everybody loved him. He made everybody happy. And I said, how? He said, well, I was like, what was his business? She's like, he was a drug dealer, silly. Come on, keep up. He was a drug dealer. I was like, oh, okay. So did you try drugs? She said, yeah, I tried drugs. I said, what kind of drugs were you trying? She said, I did everything. I said, everything? She said, everything. I said, okay. So I kept going back to the club. And when you go to a club, sometimes you relate to one. There's always that one particular person you may request. And I'll go request her. Sometimes she was there, sometimes she wasn't. But over time, I would see her less and less, and I would ask about her, and people didn't know where she was. And every time I saw her, she would look different. She started looking different throughout the year. And in each month I'll see her, she looked different. It was like she was transforming in front of me, and it was like I was getting to the point to where I couldn't really recognize her. And over time, I mean, I just noticed that, you know, her face started changing, and her hair started thinning out. She was wearing these wigs, and then her face was shrinking like this, and then eventually she started losing teeth, and her voice started changing, and her voice was getting deeper, and then she was looking like this, and then she looked at me, and she just started changing in front of me, and she looked at me and she said, I don't know what's wrong with me, I look so different now. I used to look so pretty, people used to treat me so good, people used to treat me so good, I mean, people now are so pretty, they think I'm sick, don't you think I'm pretty? Don't you think I'm still pretty? Don't you still like me? Nobody likes it, you still like me, I used to and then eventually I just didn't see her anymore. And then she just disappeared, and I hope she's okay, but I just can't help but wonder. And one of the things I I really wondered at the time was, I was like, man, she was so beautiful over a year ago. Thank you.
Whoa.
So for all the people out there, you know, it's all the hard-working women out there trying to do whatever, just give them their flowers, right?
Yeah.
Give them their flowers.
Wow.
And for me being in that environment, don't even worry about giving me flowers. I'm happily married now. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Crispy's forward.
I wrote this for my mother. Hey mama, lately I've been acting bad. Guilt in my heart and regret I had. I'm not embracing you, and now I'm facing you, have a better relationship and to stop disgracing you. New outlook on life and a new avenue. Please excuse me for the times I had an attitude. For not putting up with you when you was rude. For not being more patient by I'm a fool. Ashamed of your affection, it ain't looked cool. Rejected every time, I never felt cruel. For my love, you wait. Every time I was late, you was strong, I was weak. At times I won't speak. Love like a job, you never took a break. Yeah, I gave you a headache to make your heart ache. I don't know where I developed this heart of hate. Overwhelmed by your love too much to appreciate. Closest friends passed away, now you feel lonely. I'm your youngest son, but too old to hold me. I'm repaid for all things you did for me. I mean nothing phony, treat you like my best homie. I'ma make up for your empty life. Treat you just as good as my future wife. And mama promise it will be nice. I cook and clean for you every week, once or twice. I'll go watch movies with you every other night. So that later in life I won't pay the price of not treating you right. Cause girls don't like to see a man not treat his own mama right. Sorry about the times that I didn't trust you. Sorry about the girls that I put above you. I promise I won't sell drugs like my brother. And I won't bring a girl home if I didn't love her. I was the kids the other day. They started drumming. I took control of the situation as if I'm father. Yelling and screaming. I sound like my own mama. Then I question myself and I question karma. Kids complaining about me like I used to do. Tables have turned. Now I sound just like you. We complain about our parents, things we can't stomach. It's funny when we're their age, then we become it. And as a parent, we learn to come and run it when our parents have been there and done it. Now I understand your rules, always enforce me, love unconditional, always endorse me. You did it so beautifully and so lovely. Thank you for not putting no one above me. I got a better plan because now I understand. If I become a better son, I become a better man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mother, wonderful woman. I mean, wonderful woman. Now, she had ways about herself, but she was a wonderful woman. I mean, she was, some people would say she's a little brash, a little blunt. She probably likes to gossip and say things, whatever. But that's my mother. I mean, I had a friend that he introduced his fiance to her. And she said, "Oh, you're so pretty." And then a few months later, she saw the fiance again, and she said, "Oh, you're gaining weight." But hey, can't say nothing, because hey, that's my mother. My mom wasn't that tall, and if she's taller than you, she'll tell you, "You're short." But hey, can't say anything, because that's my mother. I mean, if your breath stinks, she's going to be kind, and she's going to offer you a breath mint. But hey, you can't say nothing, because that's my mother. But at this time, I'm living with my mother. I'm in college. I am my mother's main priority. I am my mother's main priority. My priorities at the time was take care of my car, going to work, going to school, and trying to find a stable girlfriend that I could bring home to meet my mother. Those are my priorities. Now, because I was so busy with my priorities that my mother would do things just to get my attention. I mean, she knew how to irk me. She knew how to push my buttons. She knew how to she just do stuff just to do stuff. And I mean, I think it's just because that was her way of interacting with me, because I probably didn't do it enough. But I was so busy. And then one day I am laying in my bed. Normally my mother, has a routine. She wakes up very early, cooks breakfast, does her daily duties around the home, She has a strict routine. But this one day, I'm tired, late night of work, long day of school, and I got another day of work and another day of school. And she wakes me up earlier than usual. Earlier than usual. And she wakes me up, and I look at my mom. I said, Mom, what is it? And she looked at me, she smiled, and she says, uh-huh, and she walked away. And I said, wait, that was weird. What is she doing? So I try to go back to sleep, and she comes back, and she does it again. I say, what is it, Mom? She said, uh-huh, and she walks away. And she comes right back, and she does it again. I said, what is it, Mom? She said, uh-huh, and walks away. I get up, and I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? She said, uh-huh, and she walks away. And then I'm like trying to brush my teeth, and I'm like, hey, what's wrong? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Why are you messing with me today? She smiles at me. She says, uh-huh, and walks away. So I said, you know what? I put on my clothes, and I started my day earlier than usual. So I left home, and I went to work, all right? I go to work, you know, dealing with school stuff. I'm trying to plan my day. I'm, you know, got my car ready to go, and I'm at work, and I'm having a normal day at work. And then I get a phone call. I got a phone call, and at this time, my cell phone, it was, well, we call them cellular phones, it was like this thick, and then I had to unfold it, I had to pull out the antenna, and then I had to push the button, it was a loud button to answer, and then I said hello, and then when they told me that my mother was in the hospital, I said, what do you mean the hospital? They said, you have to get here. I said, okay. I get off work, I go to the hospital. I get to the hospital, my mother was like, okay, but then I was like, what happened? And they said, your mother had a stroke. And I said, what's a stroke? So they explained it to me. My mom wasn't functioning the same. You know, it's like she could understand everything she hears, but she had issues speaking and getting the words out, like aphasia or whatever they called it. So she could not say what she wanted to say. And I think she was trying to communicate with me. I just was in a hurry to do whatever else. And what I learned was, it was, you know, her sister who she talked to every day checked on her, and she wasn't her usual self. And she was in the car trying to figure out how to drive out the driveway because she was so confused, and they got her help that may have saved her life. Then I had to deal with seeing my mother try to recover from the stroke because it affected her speech. And I had to sit with her during the speech therapy classes where they gave her children's books to read, and she felt so humiliated reading those books. But I was with her, and I stuck with her. But on her own time, she did learn to read better, practicing out loud, reading scriptures from the Bible, line for line, word for word, out loud, every day. That helped her recover about 90 to 95% of her speech. And she began to go back to being how she always was, saying all the things she's always been wanting to say, and, you know, back to gossiping on her normal routine with everybody she know about whoever she know. That was my mother. But I will say this, from that experience, I learned to sort my priorities better, learn to be with her in a better way, and overall, I learned to be a better son. And for that, I would like to say, you can just give my mother her flowers for being what I needed her to be, and give me my flowers to learn to be a better son.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do this piece about me wanting to have a son. Yes. I stand in the mirror, burning up inside, looking for the feelings that I try to hide. Getting older, no kids I decide. Not to have them, I'm gonna give it some time. Not now anyway, I just wait another day. years from now something different to say. But wait a minute. I can continue to complete my goals and just limit responsibilities I'm obligated to it. At least have one before I am finished. At times I can't make up my own mind. Continually distracted by my daily grind. Clocks against me, I'm running out of time. I need to have one now. I still in my prime. Endangered species, preserving my kind. Not a millionaire, but I share a lifeline. What other people have them, I see it as a luxury. No, and when other people have them, I see it as a luxury. But I don't, so it kind of sucks for me. Nobody around that will love me for free. On the other hand, they probably get sick of me. Because I sit around questioning my father skills. Can I raise my routine and drills enough free time for parks and Ferris wheels? Or be lazy for discipline and chill. Teach them about animals, snakes, and pythons. And show them that their daddy's an icon. But now, I'm still dreaming, but yet I'm still leaving. Coming home to little ones in the evening. I cry when they see their daddy leaving. Or watching them grow up through the seasons. Comforting home, sharing my oxygen breathing. Only if I can give my life more meaning. Stare at my hand clocks running out on me. The more my nails grow, the more doubt of me. Hey, follow me, please allow me to grasp everything that's around me. In my stomach, I feel it. I feel sick. No one to share my saliva. I spit on the concrete. Then I lose sleep. I wake up to the sunrise. I hear the sun speak. That one day I might have a son of my own. Brighten up my day when he has bloomed and grown. And to my counterpart to share my heart. Thankful for the opportunity and the start. But damn, I'm still dreaming. My dreams deceiving. Nightmares dying inside, my heart bleeding. I feel it in my chest. My heart stopped beating. I feel it inside, my desires leaving. And at that moment, I felt like I wanted to have a son. It wasn't my time yet. I felt like I was going to have a son. It just so happened that when I performed that, because that's how I was feeling at the time, my son's mother was in the audience and we started dating. And then she gave me my son. Not like she was a groupie or anything. It was just how we met and we had my son. You know, but I mean, but that's my boy. You know, I mean, I just knew that I was gonna have a son. I just felt that I wanted it. It didn't happen yet. I was feeling like, you know, I don't know. It was like, I just knew it was going to happen. That's my boy, you know. I mean, because he looked at me. He looked like me. I mean, that's my boy. I mean, he looked like me. That was my boy. I mean, he kind of, we shared the same interests. That's my boy. I mean, I just had so much love for him. That's my boy. I would tell so many people about him. That's my boy. I mean, I try to be a good example for him. That's my boy. I want to be a role model to him. That's my boy. I want to show him love. That's my boy. I tell him I love him every day. That's my boy. I mean, I try to be everything to him. That's my boy. I mean, I try to show him the world. That's my boy. I mean, if I could just sacrifice my life for him, that's my boy. That's what I would do because that's my boy. That's my boy. But he didn't want to live anymore. That's my boy. He took his own life. That's my boy. I don't know why he took his life. That's my boy. My boy died. That's my boy. I had to go to his funeral. That's my boy. I had to say my goodbyes. That's my boy. I'm so confused because of my boy. I don't know what to do. And that was my boy. And I still love him. And that's my boy. That is my boy. That is my boy. That is my boy. And then one day I'm at home by myself. I look up at the TV screen. And I see a father playing video games with his son on a regular Saturday afternoon, enjoying their time together. Only to realize the TV is not on. I was watching a memory of myself with my son. But then I hear his voice on the phone, and he's asking me like, "Hey, I love you, Dad. You know, yeah, what you doing?" Just a typical message. Then that's when I realized that was the last voice message he left me on my phone. And then I see the text message, and he's like, "Hey, what time you picking me up?" But that's the last message that he sent me. Then I see him smile at me when I'm standing up walking, but that is a picture hanging up on the wall of him looking so happy. And then I go and I rinse my face off, and I can see him staring at me in my eyes. I see him staring at me. He's looking at me in my eyes. And then that's when I realize I'm only looking at my own reflection in the mirror. we have the same facial features. And I thought for a moment it was him. But then I realized that even though he's gone, he's still here with me. And now I don't feel so alone. I don't feel alone. He's gone, but I don't feel alone. He's still here. He's still here. And what I began to understand the thing about flowers in depth is that it symbolizes so much. I had so many people reach out to me. So loving, caring. At times it was surprising. I was surprised with some people that reached out to me that I don't normally like interact with, you know. And in my living room, I'm surrounded by all these flowers. And I just couldn't help but wonder when I walked through my living room the meaning of all these flowers. And it signifies like so much to life. And I think about the afterlife. I'll hear stories that when you die and you're out in the field of flowers, and you're starting your journey, but that's like one of the first parts is that you're in the field of flowers. And I look at my living room with all these flowers, and that's when I begin to wonder, is this what paradise looks like? But I would like to just say that through it all, I learned to move forward in a more positive light. I learned to accept what comes my way. I suffered a traumatic loss. But me and my family are okay. I'm not here to take it out on anyone. No one did anything to him. I'm not mad at the world. I just had to accept it for what it was. But I like to be an example on how to move forward the right way. Because if he was still alive, then that's what I would be doing anyway as a father, as a role model. You know, you handle things accordingly and you move forward. You have your losses, but there are things to learn from all of our experiences. And I've learned some things through my personal experience that other people can learn from as well. Matter of fact, we can all learn together. But at the end of the day, I would like to just say thank you all for listening. I want to, if I can, I'll just give you all the flowers I can. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Here you go. You take a flower. You take a flower. You take a flower. You take a flower. And you take a flower. See? Look at that. I gave you your flowers. Now I want you to give it back. Give me my flower back. Give me my flower back. Give me my flower back. Give it back. Give it back. Y'all keep. Look, yeah. But that's what it's about. Yeah, so. What about me? No, but thank you all. You know. I don't know if I was gonna take a break, but I'll go into it now. But I want to just briefly tell y'all, I did a comic book in honor of my boy. Yeah. Yes, and like I said, it is based on a father losing his son. Somehow his son comes back, and they have a journey together with their pet goat. Pet goat. But it's actually based on one of the last subjects I took. It was my birthday the year before he passed. So this is me and my boy. And that's the goat that we were at a safari. He actually posed for a picture with us. So the goat took a selfie with us, so we thought that was funny. You know, so I actually made a fictional story based on the whole situation. And like I said, for me to lose my boy, I mean, I wanted to create something that kind of keeps the memory of him going in a positive light. If I could rewrite his story, this is kind of how it would look. That would like people could relate to and help others. He, not have a sad story, but this is like more of a positive light. Something I can talk about and share with others. But I can come back a little later and talk more about, if y'all got questions or anything like that. But yeah, support me in my book. Thank you. I don't know. Should I? Well, maybe I ask. Anybody got any questions before I go?
I don't think so.
I know I need to get another copy because I gave your copy. I gave my copy away.
How
so
much is the book?
$10.
Only $10.
Yeah.
You can't afford not to buy the book.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's funny. All right, well, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
For anyone I took a flower from, I can give it back. I was just a joke.
I have a question.
Oh, he got a question. Okay.
All right, maybe you can repeat it. So, like, as a parent that dealt with losing your son like that, is there anything right off that you could tell a parent that the child may be showing some signs or saying something to them, or even if they didn't?
Yeah.
I mean, what I learned was you have to find a way to get your child to open up, that they're comfortable, that they can talk to you. Because if you're always just shutting them down and yelling at them and whatever, and just quick to give an opinion on every little thing, and they feel like they're condescended on, they don't want to open up, they're shut down. And sometimes, like my son, he wanted to just internalize everything, and he didn't want to open up, or at times he didn't know how to, and I had to, try to figure out, okay, well, what I have in common with him now, because he was growing, his interests were changing. So, if I try talking about some of his interests, he'll try to shut me out, says, oh, you wouldn't understand. I said, well, give me a chance. Let me talk. Like, I can teach you something. I know about what you into. He like watching streamers on Twitch. Yeah, I can watch that too. I'll learn. But it was like, you're just trying to find ways to relate to your child more without just sticking to what you know all the time, even if it's their music. Well, back in my day, when music was like this, they'll tune you out, be talking like that. Back in my day, they made better love songs. What is this stuff today? That's, yeah. I mean, just find a way that they can feel comfortable to trust you and tell you, because they're going to tell somebody whatever they're internalizing. They're going to tell somebody. It's just, the question is, who are they going to tell, and then how are they going to try to help them, Like, I think maybe my son tried opening up to someone, but maybe they didn't give him the advice he wanted, and he just tried to figure it out himself. And he figured out his way, but yeah. But I would say, yeah, find ways to ease your child into talking to you more, Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you, God.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoy my performance and all that,
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I hope y'all enjoy it.
How can people follow and support you?
I mean, you can follow me. Just type the Kyle Blue, and you can find me on like Instagram, Facebook. I got a website. So you type the Kyle Blue, all my stuff come up. I have a website, theincrediblekyleblue.com. But just type the Kyle Blue.
Incredible.
Yeah. So you type the Kyle Blue, and you'll see a lot of all my stuff should come up that way. You can just Google it. But if you want to just follow me on social media, just the Kyle Blue, and you'll find me. Yeah.
Can we do cash out for the books? Cash out
Yeah.
for the books?
Yes. Yep. Cash App, $ the Kyle Blue. Yeah. But that's cool.
So can I keep my flower or not?
Yeah, you can give it. You can give it. I'm sorry, y'all. I do have another book I'm working on coming out.
Yeah.
It's a comic book. And that book is called A Black-Eyed Susan. And it's based on a black girl in elementary school. And she has autism. She's colorblind. She has autism. She has, intellectual disability, have autism in the 3rd grade. The whole story is told through her perspective. Limited speech, limited comprehension. So it's all written in haiku poem. The dialogue and narration is all in haiku. And she's raised by her single mother trying to learn how to raise her daughter with her daughters having special needs. So she's in a special education classroom, other kids with special needs. You get to see her classmates. My background, I work in mental health, and I work in the school district with life skills and structured learning with autism. So I did a lot of stuff. I did ABA. Yeah. I did a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I got to talk. And the story was inspired because someone educated me on a type of sunflower called a black-eyed Susan. So I created a story about a girl named Susan. It was inspired by the type of sunflower, black-eyed Susan. I know it sounds a little strange to put all that together, but yeah,
Love it.
I did
That's
it.
what that
But I
artist
should, yeah. So I mean, maybe by next weekend or so, I'll probably get some copies, and I'll look to, get it out to people. Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you
all right.
so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you need
Now, what the purple one?
Round of
What the purple
applause.
one?
Man, I had that flower you gave me. I kept it in my pocket. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're so good. I just have to do this thing. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you didn't have the opportunity to join us in studio, thanks for tuning in. Again, you've been listening to the incredible Kyle Blue. He presented My Reply to an Empty Letter. We got to just hear some more and who we need to give the flowers to.
Yeah.
Do make sure that you stay tuned to All Real Radio. We have a lot of programming into tonight. We do music mixes. In the morning, we have In the Key of Life with here in Sankofa. We have a special, it is Financial Literacy Month. And so we have Candace Oken with Mason Makes Money. She has an incredible children's book about finance, but she's doing a limited series here every Saturday, 11:30 through April. And then we have the unconventional journalist Sam Oser. We have the Ryan Show out of New York at 8 p.m. And then with that guy who's been back there doing all the engineering for this show today, Risky Cereal, on at 10 p.m. And he has a special guest here at Sankofa. And they're going to do a 420 mix because we have a special holiday coming up on Sunday. So make sure you tune in for all that. Thank you guys for being here. Please stay and enjoy. And again, thank you to Kyle Blue for utilizing our space.
Yeah, I also like to say thank y'all for allowing me to come do something here.
Yes, of course.
Zen actually gave me my first interview ever on radio at KPFT before he did our real radio, and then this became a thing. And I wanted to do something here, and I just wish y'all well with y'all gonna transition, to some other things and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
But I wish you all well. But thank y'all for having us here.
Yes. Yeah. All right, you guys have a great evening. Thanks for rocking with us, and yeah, rest easy and continue to rock the power. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean.